up on Pico. Yeah, got two in the back like some mosquitoes, and I never play myself. You getting boy on the placebo. These C-notes getting them looser than. That's how it is. And Primo is the feeling when this trio get down to biz. I heard you need a hit. Got the gloves, you been ollie with the slip. Shower me with love, already bathing in drip. This ain't a skip, blue chip on the mission, been a dip, pole position, little. Been a long time coming. Haters gonna be part-time loving. Haters been a long time running. It don't matter, they ain't catching up.
The Tribe, to the dismay of their fans, have not been able to get much going so far this season. Fill us in, Heidi.
Matt, there was some buzz around this team coming into the season, but so far they haven't really lived up to it. Now, while it is still fairly early, these players tell me they're feeling a sense of urgency. They don't feel they can afford to lose sight of the race, and they are determined to use the time between now and mid-season to close that gap and get back into striking distance.
All right, thanks, Heidi. Striding in is Andres Jimenez. He's working on a 1-for-3 thus far. Here's the first pitch. And that's in there as well. 0-2 now. Now some definite signs of life in that Toronto bullpen. Both a lefty and a right-hander begin to throw. Here it comes on 0-2. And a check swing here, appealed down to third, but James Kingsley says he held up. Ball one. And that one misses badly. It's ball two.
Now 2-2. This is the pitch where you want to attack the zone. If you go 3-2, then you put the runners in motion.
From the belt, the pitch. And there's a line drive, base hit to left field. He'll come home with it, but not in time as the run scores and the lead is trimmed to 1.
Hey, not a bad pitch right there. Off-speed pitch down in the zone. He thought he would set that up pretty well. The previous pitch was a real good fastball up.
Yeah, I think the hitter was sitting all over that one, Dan. I really do. He saw that fastball up for show. I think he thought to himself, here comes the off-speed.
And now, Cesar Hernandez. His day at the plate hasn't amounted to much, 0 for 4, but this is a great opportunity to make amends.
Well, when your team really needs you, like they need it right here, you have to be able to put your personal struggles out of your mind. Right now is all that matters.
Hey, either this hitter needs a cup of coffee or he was sitting off speed right there.
Way inside with that one, a pretty easy take there. Big spot, 2 out, possible tying and go-ahead runs on base. 1-2 now as that one's fouled off. 1-2. Here it is. Changes up on him, but that's in the dirt for a ball. Grounded back up the middle, taken in by Simeon, and an underhanded throw is in time for out number 3. So they strike for 3 runs on 5 hits, no errors, and a couple of men left on. We've played 8 full. It's the Blue Jays 6 and the Indians 5. New inning set to get underway, and that'll bring in Kevin Biggio.
Number 8, Kevin Biggio.
First pitch on its way. Swing and a miss out in front of a changeup. And he takes strike 3 called on the fastball. 1 gone.
Yeah, as they say, there's a hole in his swing in that location, so a good job there of exploiting that. That can be real hard for some guys to overcome when teams start figuring out what locations you just can't handle.
Up next is Danny Jansen, as he'll take a look at ball 1. He's hitless in 3 at-bats to this point. And he misses again, 2-0.
Hey, you want to talk about being in a zone? This guy's been raking lately, and it all starts with his pitch selection. 2 great takes, and he's almost daring the pitcher just go ahead and challenge him.
The 2-0 on the way. Just off the outside that time, laid off for a ball.
Every base runner in a close game like this really matters, so you can't afford to be giving out free passes this late.
And he takes ball 4, so a good job out of the 9-hole in getting on base as we go back to the top of the order.
And that hole at bat, I feel like he really didn't want to challenge him, and I'm really surprised by that because I think this is a guy in the bottom third of the order you have to go right after.
So a runner at first now with 1 away, and in to bat next, the legacy Bo Bichette. From the stretch. And a good slider here to start the at-bat, but it's ruled a ball, 1-0.
You know, because this is just a 1-run game, this doesn't strike me as a situation where he's going to be working around a guy. I think he's going to challenge him right here.
The center fielder, number 5, Santiago Espinal.
So stepping in is Santiago Espinal. He was a double play victim last time around.
Yeah, rolling into a 2-ball will eat at you for the rest of the game at least, so you know he wants to make up for it right here.
Swinging a blooper to the right side. In there, a base hit. Jansen rounds the corner and is headed home. He'll score easily, and they now lead by 2.
Dan, that's a huge insurance run right there. Has to feel good as a hitter right there to not only get a ribby knock, but to give your team a little bit of breathing room.
It does, and it makes your pitcher go out there with a little bit more free and easy frame of mind instead of going in a 1-run game where every pitch is so important. You're 1 pitch away from a solo tying the game up. That's not the case now.
So now to the plate, Lourdes Gurriel, as he will take strike 1 on the fastball here. No balls and a strike. He's 2 for 3 and looking for more here. Oh, got him to swing out of his shoes on that one. 0-2.
I know he's been struggling early, but that pitch right there, well executed changeup. If he can mix that in, maybe he hangs around for a little while longer.
And here's a fastball on 0-2, but it misses. 1-2 now. 2-2.
Well, 2 straight fastballs inside haven't put him away, so now it'll be interesting to see what he turns to.
Hit the other way out toward right field. Johnson able to track it down for the 3rd out. But they do get on the board in the inning on this run-scoring triple. Last chance coming up for the Tribe. It's the Blue Jays 7 and the Indians 5. Jordan Romano takes the ball now in inning number 9, looking to close the door. Now to the plate, Ahmed Rosario flew out last time up.
Always a tall task trying to rally back in the late innings, but I think this game could still turn quickly. A leadoff runner on base right here could be huge to get something going.
Ready to deliver. Here comes the first pitch. The 1-0 is looked at for the first strike.
Tying run stands on deck, but it'll only matter if the guy in the box can get on base.
Yeah, and that has to be his mentality at the plate right now, Matt. He can't be the hero, so he needs to do what he can to give the guy behind him a chance to be the guy.
Slapped hard the opposite way, and a base hit, so early trouble to lead off the inning.
Well, you're usually in this situation looking for a bloop and a blast. He didn't want to bloop it, and he hit a missile, bringing the tying run to the plate. Let's see if they can capitalize.
At the plate now, Eddie Rosario, as the first pitch to him is in there for a called strike one. He comes into this appearance in the midst of a 1-for-4 day. 0-1 count. Here's the pitch.
Well, these guys haven't had too many opportunities yet to test the running game in this one, so they could decide to put a man in motion right here.
Popped him up. Bichette has a play. 1 out. Next to hit is Franmil Reyes, singled in his last at-bat. First pitch of the AB on its way. Well behind that fastball. It's a swinging strike.
Now, this is a perfect example of why this manager feels so confident going to this beast in the ninth right here. He is throwing absolute thunder right here, pumped up, and looks the part.
The 0-2 pitch is swung on and missed. He got him.
Pretty textbook pitching right there. Jump ahead in the count 0-2 and then start working outside the zone. Easier said than done, but that's the way you do it.
From the belt, kicks and deals. Weak grounder down the first baseline. Throw on to second for the force, and the ball game is over. So another game is in the books. Guys, what do you make of where things stand around the league as we head into June?
Matt, we are at the point in the season where certain teams have seized the mantle of front runner. If you are on one of those pace setters, you are looking to keep your stride, and if you're not, then you're trying to keep an eye on who's out in front of you and see if you can either cut into that lead or at least keep pace and not be left in the dust.
Totally agree. This is usually the time when we start to see teams separating themselves a little bit, but there's a lot of season left at the same time.
Starling Marte is the new man on the squad, and he finds himself in the starting lineup after they went out and dealt for him.
And Matty, it's never too early to make a move if you know this is the missing piece for the squad. The more games you have with your new addition, the more chances you have for him to make an impact.
No doubt, Dior. And also take some pressure off the player as well. When you have that longest span as a trade acquisition, you don't feel the heat to be a superstar every single game.
Here's Starling Marte, and as we previewed before, this is his first at-bat with his new club. From the belt, kicks and deals. Guys, the Orioles, as they begin play here tonight, they are in the midst of a pretty bad stretch as they've dropped 6 straight coming in. Changeup stays outside and he's behind 2-0. Time for a look at our umpires in this one. Behind the plate is James Kingsley.
Dan, I know I was an offensive player, but I'm okay being a pitcher's umpire. If you're going to consistently pound that outer half, James Kingsley's usually going to give it to you.
Hey, listen, there's a reason why the pitchers throughout the league, they call him the king of the hill. You move the ball a little bit off the strike zone, he's not afraid to put that arm up. He's a very good pitcher's umpire.
3-0 to him now. Has a look, now the pitch. And he misses with it, ball 4, so that'll load the bases, and now he's really going to need to get a ground ball.
Well, this guy's been prone to giving up walks in bunches, and that's already 2 walks here in the early going. We'll see if this continues to be an issue for him as this start continues.
Andres Gimenez the next to bat, and a golden opportunity here to give his guys the lead with 3 men aboard. Here now the 2-2. Now a swing and he pops him up. And I believe, yes, the umpire signaling for the infield fly rule.
Wow, talk about frustrating. Not what you want to do with the bases loaded. A simple pop-up and nothing productive comes out of that.
He's running. And he steps off. Here it is. Oh, and it misses. Ball 4, and that will force home a run.
3 of those pitches were definitely out of the zone, but that last pitch looked pretty darn good to me. You're not usually going to get many favorable calls on 3-0, though. You have to earn that spot.
Stepping up is Jose Ramirez. He went down on strikes in his last at-bat.
Yeah, always frustrating to go down looking. Everybody does it, though. You'll have a few ABs where you get completely fooled. Look for him to be on the attack early in this at-bat.
Yeah, the pitching coach would hate to go to the bullpen this early in the game, but sometimes you have no choice. On the flip side, he might just get in his face a little bit out there, try to challenge him, wake him up from his funk. Either way, we'll see how it works.
Stepping in next, Eddie Rosario. 0 for 1 here in the early going. He's set. The 0-1. A swing and a drive sent out toward the gap. And that'll get down out there near the wall. Now a third runner heading for the plate. And a relay home. Throw won't get him.
Bases loaded, and he was looking to drive them all in.
Runners at the corners here with 1 gone in the inning. And that'll bring up Starling Marte. From the belt, kicks and deals. And a fastball's in there for strike 1.
Awesome execution right there. Great pitcher's pitch and an excellent job to get ahead in a tough spot.
Oh, and this at-bat is quickly moving from bad to worse. It's 0-2 now.
Made him look silly with that one.
Runners are at first and third, 1 away. Line drive to center field. And there's his first hit in his new uniform. That has to feel good to get that out of the way. And they won't come close to getting him. He's in there at third.
You know who's the happiest man in the building right now? His starting pitcher. He's got a big old smile on his face. He knows he has a 6-run lead here in the early going to work with. You can't let that take away your edge, though.
And he takes ball 4. So a good job out of the 9-hole in getting on base as we go back to the top of the order. Now back to the top of the lineup. Stepping in, Cesar Hernandez, as he'll dig into the left-handed batter's box. And that misses. Ball 4. A run will come in to score. So next to hit is Jose Ramirez.
The batter, the third baseman, Jose Ramirez.
Hit hard on the ground to second. A dive, but he can't knock it down. It's through for a base hit. 1 run is scored, and he is in there.
That's what we refer to in the biz as a hanger.
Rio Ruiz to the plate now, and he's a guy looking to break out in a big way. Hasn't been getting the results he or his club have been hoping for. And that is down, as that could be 2 bases. He's around first, heading for 2. And the Orioles are in business here. It's a leadoff double.
That's how quickly things can change in this crazy.
Digging in next will be Starling Marte. First pitch on its way.
From an offensive standpoint, this is where you got to push the throttle right here. You've had a couple hits in the inning. You got a 1-0 count leverage. Let's see if he can gap something.
That evens it up 1-1. Has a look, now the pitch. Perez is off at first with 2 away. Hit on the ground out to short. Galvis has it on to second for the force out, and the side is retired. So they pick up a run on 2 hits, no errors, and a man left. To the bottom of inning number 4 we go. Cleveland's out in front, 10. 7th inning ready to roll, and standing in is the veteran outfielder Starling Marte. First pitch on its way. Oh, 1 count. Here's the pitch to short, and they'll have no play as he reaches first base safely.
Infielders are taught from the time they hold a glove that you've got to play the ball and not let the ball play you. You can see here that this one just ate him up, and he couldn't recover in time.
Now at the plate, Andres Jimenez. It was a fly out for him in his last trip. Here's the 0-2. Hit in the air down the left field line. Stewart moves over a few steps to his right as he's got it for the first out. Into the box, Cesar Hernandez. He's got hits in both of his at-bats so far in this one. Now the 3-2 pitch is a swing and a miss. That's strike 3.
Really impressive pitching right there. Sometimes as a pitcher you can get frustrated when you make a good pitch and you don't get that call from the umpire, but what does he do? He comes back with a good pitch and gets the strike.
And a good at-bat that time as he lays off for ball 4, and as a result that'll move a runner up into scoring position now with 2 away. So now here is Eddie Rosario. His prior history in this matchup, he's a .333 hitter. And they'll put the brakes on that runner at third, and that means the bases are loaded now with 2 away.
I mean, that has to frustrate the guy on the mound right there. You get him down 0-2, no put away pitch, works the count back to neutral, and is able to mix in a base hit. Nice job.
Hit on the ground to third. On to first, and the Triber held in check as the inning is over. 3 left for the Indians, but they're still in front 10-0. That'll bring up Ryan Mountcastle. He's grounded out and lined out in 2 trips. Into the windup. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. Hits it high and deep out to center field. Marte going back at the track. And a long run, but he's there to track it down. Nice range, and the side is retired. So 1 run on 1 hit, which was the home run. No errors, and no one left on base. We'll look. So now to the plate, Starling Marte. He'll lead things off as they look to perhaps build on an already sizable lead. Here's the first pitch. Hit hard on the ground towards second. And that is into right field, so the leadoff man's aboard here to kick off the ninth.
Nothing fires me up more than watching an offensive player stay inside a baseball and drive it the other way.
Next to dig in, Andres Jimenez flew out last time up. Marte off for second. Weak grounder back to the mound. And he won't even think about second as he'll flip on to first for the sure out. Next up, Cesar Hernandez. 2 for 3 with a double on his line so far. Marte, the runner at second with 1 away. Swing and a miss, and they'll dodge a major bullet that time. 2 away. Now to bat, Jose Ramirez. Runner in scoring position with 2 gone. A swing, and this ball is blasted to right field. Nothing's going to keep this one in the ballpark. Into the flag court and gone. Today they had the chance to see how their trade for him might pan out, and the early returns were pretty good.
Yeah, and it's got to be a relief for him and the GM to see this kind of game from him after the trade. Some more good days at the dish like this, it's going to go a long way towards making this deal a win for them.
Turning up, why you all in my face? I don't give a she ride shotgun, try and give me some. Oh, there he go again, rolling up, putting it on the floor again. A nice day I might roll to the store again and let y'all see the whip, get a whip, hit a switch, get a. Don't you see them? Bang. Don't you see them? Bang. Say she wanna ride with us, then ride with us. Say she wanna roll with us, then roll with us. Say she wanna ride.
Welcome to a special game for us. We're down in the minor leagues checking on some futures, and we're not alone. There are some folks from the team's front office here as well to check out a player they're considering for a call-up to the big league club.
Matty, I think it would be aggressive to move him up to the majors, but you know what? We've seen so many young players make huge impacts in recent years. They've identified him as a guy who could maybe be a contributor at the big league level sooner than we expected. Now he's just going to have to focus on the game. You don't want to get too worked up and let the extra eyeballs get to you.
Now at the plate, here is Ian Miller. And we are set for baseball here this evening.
The center fielder, number 6, Ian Miller.
Ready to deal. Here comes the first pitch. Underway now on a Friday night as the first pitch of our series misses for ball 1. Fellas, you take a look at our homestanding ball club as they come into this one tonight. They come off another loss last time out, and in fact, they've dropped 3 of their last 4.
Yeah, Matty, these players got in their cars today to drive to the stadium, focused on one thing, not who was going to be the hero. That they need.
Pick up the pace, I'm about to chase money in case, clean up base. Pick up the pace, I'm about to chase money in case, clean up base. Got a convoy if you got it, ain't no stopping on the go. Got a convoy if you got it, doing live, good at the show. Got a convoy if you got it, ain't no stopping on the go. Got a convoy if you got it, doing live, good at the show. Pick up the pace, step on the deck, we need to stretch. Mama the truth, playing it cool, wipe out the sweat. Get in the zone, kick on the throne, I'm about to flex. Home run, I'm throwing, and by their opponent, show me who next. Play in the field, look alive.
Welcome to a special game for us. We're down in the minor leagues checking on some futures, and we're not alone. There are some folks from the team's front office here as well to check out a player they're considering for a call-up to the big league club.
Matty, I think it would be aggressive to move him up to the majors, but you know what? We've seen so many young players make huge impacts in recent years. They've identified him as a guy who could maybe be a contributor at the big league level sooner than we expected. Now he's just going to have to focus on the game. You don't want to get too worked up and let the extra eyeballs get to you.
Ready now is Ian Miller. He'll get us started in this one under the lights.
The center fielder,
Lifted down the line in left.
You're lucky if you get one pitch a night right down the middle. Cannot be late on that fastball.
Sharp ground ball to third. Throw on to first in time, 1 away. So the next to bat will be Donnie DeWeese. He also had 3 hits in the win last night. In there, 0-1. Fellas are home 9 as they begin play here this evening. They come off another loss last time out, and in fact, they've dropped 3 of their last 4.
Yeah, Matty, the last game, they got to wash that down the drain. They got absolutely boat raced by a big margin. They got to put that behind them. Show up to the yard today looking to fight. Everything changes once the first pitch is thrown. I know that's the spot he didn't want to miss him, but he got away with it.
And a swing and a miss as they got him with the slider there, 2 away.
To me, when it's raining, the approach at the plate has to change a little bit, especially if you're a guy that can run a little bit. Put the ball in play any way possible, especially on the ground. Making plays in the rain becomes exponentially tougher to do when it's wet. So these offenses really need to limit the strikeouts.
Matt Duffy is in with 2 away as he takes a ball, 1-0. And a fastball here that's taken for ball 2.
Well, this is a spot you'd like to be in. 2-0, good hitter. He's going to turn it loose right here.
Hit in the air out to straightaway left. Ramirez finds some space out there for the catch to retire the side. So here's the cleanup hitter, Patrick Wisdom. He'll start things out in the top half second. Fouled off. Behind 0-2 now. Welcome to a special game for us. We're down in the minor leagues checking on some futures, and we're not alone. There are some folks from the team's front office here as well to check out a player they're considering for a call-up to the big league club.
Matty, I think it would be aggressive to move him up to the majors, but you know what? We've seen so many young players make huge impacts in recent years. They've identified him as a guy who could maybe be a contributor at the big league level sooner than we expected. Now he's just going to have to focus on the game. You don't want to get too worked up and let the extra eyeballs get to you.
Second inning set to go, and next to bat will be the first baseman, Patrick Wisdom.
First baseman, number 59.
Into the windup, here comes the 0-2 pitch. And here's a slider, strike three called, and that'll be the first out of the inning.
Well, at the plate, he kind of got bailed out on that previous pitch. I think it should have been a strike. Then he goes down looking, and you really can't feel too sorry for him. Not a lot of protecting with two strikes there.
Cole Roederer comes on with one gone here as he looks at a called strike one. Oh, and he's really getting the better of him now. It's strike two. Coming down in buckets, cats and dogs, insert metaphor here, and the forecast is not showing any signs of relief.
Total agreement, Matt, in particular that pitcher's mound. You know, one of the things you have to really be careful, not just for the position players, but that mound gets awfully slippery and awfully wet when it becomes moist like it is right now. So the umpires are going to have to really pay attention to the conditions on the field.
And the slider gets him swinging, two gone.
Every pitcher looks to get off to a good start, and I'd say he's off to a good start. How about the first 5 batters he's faced? 3 of them he's sent down via the strikeout.
The shortstop,
Chase Strumpf is in with 2 away now as he looks at a called strike one.
Man, that's 7 straight strikes to start this inning. He's got a chance at an immaculate inning.
Swing, and he pops him up. And this is going to get down. It's a foul ball. Here's the 0-2. On, he pops it up. Bradley in foul ground, and this is going to wind up a foul ball. And with the big pitch here, he'll step off and rethink things. No score here as we play inning number 2. Skied down the left field line. Left fielder is on the move. He's there to track it down, and that'll end the inning. Pretty painless half of the inning, all told. And stepping in, Trent Gimbroni. It was a 3-hit effort from him last night, so he was a big part of that victory. First pitch of the AB now. Now the slider gets the call in the bottom part of the zone.
The offense better get it going right here, because they certainly can tell from their dugout this guy is carrying himself with a presence out on the mound. He's got feel for all his pitches.
Behind 0-2 now. Nothing in 2 count, and the pitch. Now a swing and a miss as he picks up another one. Make it 4 strikeouts already, and there's your first out. Now at the plate is Vance Vizcaino.
batting it, the right fielder,
First pitch on the way.
Vizcaino.
Into the windup. Here comes the 0-1. high in the air and drifting out to shallow center.
Waiting on it is Zimmer.
He hauls it in without any trouble, and there are 2 away. Next, it'll be Tyler Payne, and he's a guy looking to break out in a big way. Hasn't been getting the results he or his club have been hoping for. 1 ball, no strikes to count. Now the 1-0 is swung on and missed, strike 1.
Hey, make no mistake about it, this lineup's going to have to get going and get a little bit more aggressive. This guy's pounding the zone.
And he takes a called strike 2. Here comes the 1-2. Is a wave and a miss. He struck him out. Now into the box, Ian Miller, as we begin the top of the 4th.
Offense needs to get going right here. You want to try and tighten up this game a little bit before it starts to get into that territory where you're going to start seeing the back end of each bullpen.
Reined in. Throw to first in time. 1 gone here in the 4th. So now into the box is Donnie Deweese. He's 0 for 1 thus far. First pitch on its way. And he throws the fastball by him here. 0-1.
I'd like to see this lineup start working the count a little bit more and drive up this pitcher's pitch count.
And he watches one dip low and inside for a ball. 1-1.
I know this guy hasn't turned out the way everyone expected, but he's still young. I don't think you can give up on a guy that has a tool set like this.
A ball and 2 strikes.
That front door slider is a devastating pitch. By the time you realize it's in the zone, it's too late, and you can't even put a good swing on it.
1 out, nobody on. Just tried to freeze him with the fastball there. Pretty close. It's 2-2. Sent on the ground out to second. Throw on to first. 2 gone. Stepping in once again is Matt Duffy. This guy's still looking at a 0 in the hit column. First pitch of the AB on its way. A bouncer up the middle. He's got it. Over to first, and that retires the side. All ready to go in the top of the 5th. And here comes the first baseman, Patrick Wisdom.
Number 59.
The pitch. Good pitch there as he gets him to swing underneath it for strike 1.
Hey, plays that 1 now.
Swing and a little blooper to center.
Coming in is Zimmer.
That's a base hit, their first of the game.
Boy, this guy's been swinging a hot stick lately, and there's just another example. And even when he doesn't hit one on the barrel, he still manages another base hit.
Yeah, don't overthink it. When you're flowing like he is right now, he's hot as a pistol. Everything's falling.
Here's a look over to first, and the runner back in standing. At the plate, Cole Roederer, as he'll go after the first pitch to him and comes up empty. It's strike 1. 0 for 1 for him here in this one.
Hey, let's get a 2-ball here.
Just a bit late, and he's fallen behind. 0-2.
Hey, this guy hasn't reached the big leagues yet, but he's coming. You're going to know his name at some point. He just got a few more developmental things to work on.
And he takes strike 3 called on the fastball. 1 gone.
Well, this has been a completely different performance from the offense that we saw yesterday. They were looking like the 27 Yankees 24 hours ago, but they've been held in check so far in this one. That's kind of how baseball goes, though.
To the plate now, Chase Strumpf, as he'll look at a slider that runs in too far for ball one. Comes into this at bat 0 for 1 in the ball game. On the ground is short. This could be 2. 1 there. Relay to first in time, and just like that, the side is retired. Digging in will be Trent Jimbroni. They'll start things out in their half of the 6th as they look to shake things up here for a lineup that, quite frankly, has been non-existent to date.
Yeah, I think if I'm the hitting coach right here, Matty, I'm telling the offense to get aggressive. Just seems like we've been going too deep in counts, and this guy has got exploding stuff on the mound. So I would tell them get overly aggressive on a heater in the middle of the plate early.
Popped up. Chang waits on it, and that's the first out of the inning. So here is Vance Vizcaino. He flew out in his last AB. Good fastball down around the knees there, taken for a strike.
Well, obviously somebody was hooting with the Owls last night. This entire roster, they've showed up for the first game of this road trip and are getting absolutely boat raced.
Behind 0-2 now. Nothing in 2 count, and the pitch. Tried to get him to go after one below the knees, but it's 1-2.
That was a nasty sweeping slider right there. If he was able to just catch the corner a little bit, he would have picked up that backwards K.
And a good take there. Close, but it's 2-2.
Well, I'll tell you, he's not hitting over 300 by luck. He really knows the strike zone and his own strengths. That last take is a great example.
Here now the 2-2. Is a wave and a miss. He struck him out.
Well, you can tell by their approach that they're going to go up there and try to be aggressive off this guy, but he's taking full advantage of that. He's pounding the zone with strikes, and right now we're seeing a lot of swings and misses and a lot of strikeouts and no walks either.
Tyler Payne will stand in for the second time as he watches one miss low. It's a ball and no strikes, and it's fouled away. 2 out, nobody on. Swing and a miss on the fastball, and it's 1-2.
Hey, usually the second time through the order, you start seeing an incorporation of some more off-speed stuff.
We'll leave it right there as he strikes out, and that ends the inning. All set for the start of the inning, and next it'll be the outfielder, Ian Miller.
The center fielder, number 6.
Now a slider, and he gets ahead of him here, 0-1.
Hey, there's an old saying in baseball, you need to take a strike in this spot. Well, he got one there. Now he just needs to find a way to get on.
A ball and a strike. One and 2 now as that one's fouled off. And he rings up another one. Make it 9 strikeouts for him in the game. Next up is Donnie Duis. Third trip to the plate for him here tonight. 0 for 2 at this point. In tight here with the first pitch fastball that's 1-0. Bases are empty, 1 man out. Swing and a miss for strike 1.
His slider's been impressive all night long. If he can continue spinning it like that, he's going to be just fine.
Ball 2 as the breaking ball misses inside.
Well, we all know he's not the greatest threat with the bat up there. His numbers certainly aren't that pretty, but hey, I give him credit. He's really working the count right here.
Oh, and this ball is absolutely blasted high and deep. And goodbye. This one ain't coming back. A solo shot here to straightaway right field. Home run number 2 for him on the year. As they get on the scoreboard here, it's 5-1.
What a great feeling right there as he circles the pillows. Finally able to get this offense potentially going with one swing of the bat. Being shut out all game, but not anymore.
In now, Matt Duffy. Strike one to start the at-bat. He's 0 for 2 in the ballgame so far. The windup and the 0-1. Hit in the air down the right field line. Long run for the right fielder. He gets there and makes the play for the second out of the inning. Now it'll be Patrick Wisdom. He's 1 for 2 in the ball game. He's ready. Here's the first pitch. Slow little roller to third. And the throw pulls him off the base, and the inning's going to continue.
And as a former pitcher, I can tell you, nothing is more painful than having to get extra outs in an inning. That should have been out number 3 there. Instead, he has to refocus and get back to work.
And the runner will get back standing. Into the box, Cole Roederer. And he's first pitch swinging here as he lines this one into left field for a base hit.
Hey, after starting the game 0 for 2 with 2 punch outs, that single had to feel good right there. Nice piece of hit.
Now that the shortstop, Chase.
Stepping in now, Chase Strumpf. As he takes a called strike on the black, it's 0-1. 0 for 2 from him so far in this one. Fastball, and he's quickly in the hole. 0-2. Little tardy on that swing as it's well wide of first. Wisdom over at second. Roederer on at first with 2 down. Fastball just misses. That's ball 1.
He's going to find out quickly. Guys are even more selective up here in AAA.
And he will strike him out. 10 now in the ball game, and the inning is over. So 1 run on 2 hits, including the home run, 1 error, and 2 men left on base. And now the first pitch. Trent Jimbroni is at the plate as he looks at ball 1. And he fires in a strike this time to make it 1 ball and 1 strike. Changed up on him and dropped it in for a called strike. And he takes very close to the inside corner here. 2-2 though.
I know he missed with a fastball right there, but this guy's arsenal, you can't figure out what he's trying to do. He's got a lot of different directions he could go in right here.
Lifted down the line in left. Line to the right side. But that finds the first baseman's glove, and that's a tough first out. Here's the first pitch to him.
Now that the right fielder, Vizcaíno.
The windup and the 0-1. And that fastball's too much for him there. 1-2. Did a good job to shorten up and protect the plate, and he'll have another shot at it here. And he pops it up, and that's in there. Base hit. He'll get it into second. And he's able to hustle his way up to second as he'll reach here with a 2-base hit.
Man, that swing looked like self-defense than a real quality swing. But, hey, he muscled it out there, and it was enough to get him safely to second. Those are the kind of hits that will drive you nuts as a pitcher.
At the plate now, Tyler Payne, as he takes a called strike at the knees. It's 0-1.
This is going to be an interesting at-bat. I think he has to be pitching for a strikeout here, so we'll see what kind of sequence he uses.
And 1-1 as this one's in on the hands. Fouled away. Here he comes on a ball and 2 strikes. And he struck out again. That's the 3rd time he's gone down on strikes in this one. What's your take on all the strikeouts we see in the game today, Dan? That was his 3rd tonight, and it seems we're seeing that a lot more these days.
Yeah, Matt, there's been a real change in philosophy as far as hitting in baseball today. A lot of guys think now that an out is an out. A strikeout is just as good as a regular out, but we're seeing strikeouts at an alarming rate in baseball right now.
Ian Miller is at the plate now as he looks at strike 1.
Well, he's done a real nice job with that breaking ball in this start. That's not the first time he's locked a guy up with it.
Now a good pitch around the knees, but it doesn't quite catch the bottom of the zone. 1-1. Trying to nibble here, and he misses to run it full now. 3-2.
For the guy on the mound, this is one of those innings where nothing comes easy. He's thrown a bunch of pitches, and this AB hasn't been any different. Definitely laboring at the moment.
The 3-2 pitch. Left side, but well foul. 5-1 our score as we play the 8th. And he's got another one here. 12 punch-outs now in the ballgame, and that'll end the inning. Striding forward now is the DH, Donnie Deweese. He'll be charged with trying to get on board, leading off the 9th. Lifted the other way out to left center. Ramirez is there. One quick out to start inning number 9. Up next, Matt Duffy.
The third baseman.
Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. Swing and a miss, but he's right on here. 1 strike. And with 1 out in the 9th, he's just now coming up on his 100th pitch of the ball game.
Yeah, Matty, he's going to finish this one on adrenaline if he's allowed to. We'll see how the manager plays this one. I know guys like Dan Plesac were locked and loaded in this position.
Oh, this is right now a dream if you're out in that bullpen right now. Your starting pitcher gets you into the 9th inning. The guys that, if they do get up in the 9th inning, these are the best relievers, and they're just lurking out there. What a terrific.
And a dive, but it rattles in and out of the glove. And that runner will hold up at second with 2 aboard now.
All you can ask as an offense is to try and get that tying run in the batter's box. And they've started out nicely right here. They've gotten 2 runners on. They're down 4. A grand slam is still in play. Let's see if they continue this nice offensive approach.
Cole Roederer is at the plate here as he quickly finds himself down a strike. It's 0-1. Oh, he rips this one the other way, but caught down there at third. And that will become out number 2. Next to hit, Chase Strumpf. He comes to the plate as the last chance for his side. 2 out here in the 9th. 1-0 the count. That misses. 2-0.
Hey, time to start making some quality pitches. He finds himself in a tough spot behind an account with guys on base.
Out in front there as this one's pulled off to the left side. And now he'll step off and raise his hand towards second, but he'll just hold on to it. The 2-1 on its way. Timing just to tick off there as this one's fouled off to the right. has them down to their final strike. Here it comes. Lifted down the line in left.
But no one can get to this one as it's down for a foul ball inside the visitors' bullpen.
Hit hard down the left field line. But this is going to be a foul ball as that keeps things at 2-2. Looking for the complete game. Here's the pitch. Now a swing and a fly ball. And no one can get there. It's a foul ball. The 2-2. Right side, but it's going to be a foul ball.
Hey, this is a heck of a battle right here. Long AB. You know what? They find themselves still facing the starter. If they would have had some ABs like this earlier in the game, I think they get into the bullpen by this time.
The 2-2 one more time. Now a swing and a ground ball. This should do it. Right to him. On to first, and that's your ball game.
Yeah, and sometimes you just need a guy to go out there and battle. It doesn't have to be pretty all the time, but just good enough to get the job done. Well, this guy, he was a heck of a lot better than that, going the entire 9 innings, saving his bullpen, and getting the win.
They came down to look at him, hoping he'd be a force on the mound, and he really delivered today with a double-digit whiff total and just an outstanding start.
Missing bats, Matty, plain and simple. That's what it's all about, and such an important factor and separator for pitchers. If he can show he can rack up the Ks, that's got to be very enticing for the front office.